Have you ever thought about the unforeseen challenges of building wealth as an African? Now, as an African, you're really racing against the clock, trying to catch up with the wealth building process. So, identifying some of these barriers and challenges to building wealth helps you avoid these roadblocks and speeds up your wealth building process. Now, the first barrier to building wealth as an African is the lack of financial education. Let me start off by saying this: you will never be Dangote or Jeff Bezos. I've seen a lot of sales speeches advising people to take certain measures so that they can attain the level of success that Dangote and Jeff Bezos have. That is great, but the truth of the matter is you will never be them. There can only be one Jeff Bezos. You can be the best you, and you need to be the best version of yourself. That is the goal. So find out what you are good at. Use the principles, I say principles, that Jeff Bezos and the Dangotes and all the wealthy people have used, and apply to the skill that you are good at to build wealth. Because, basically the challenges that you face as an African, maybe it is having to take care of your parents or your sibling, or immigrating to the US at an older age and basically starting from scratch, or dealing with the racial barriers and the language barriers. Other people don't have to face them. So while you do not want to limit yourself, you need to be aware of these challenges and minimize them so that you can identify the skills that you are good at and then work on them so that you can make money, right? The second thing is you need to assess your risk tolerance. So not every wealth building opportunity is good for everybody. So the person bringing you the business idea, maybe the person is married, he has a fully funded emergency fund, and his wife is working. So losing money in that business is not a problem for him. But you, on the other hand, you may be a single mother with 3 kids, and maybe your mother is living with you and relying on you for help. So you need every penny that you make. So if you lose money in a business, you are going to be in serious trouble, right? Or a person may come to you with an investment idea telling you you should go borrow money, right? But that individual may have 4 siblings in the US that can loan him money for that business. And if the business fails, he has people like his 4 siblings that he can lean on financially. But maybe you, on the other hand, you're the only one in your family in the diaspora and you just started a new job. So if your chances of losing that job because you're a new hire are very high. So before you venture into a new business or start investing, you need to assess your risk tolerance. What can you as an individual afford to lose? And that is a question that can only be answered by you. So my recommendation is this: do not venture into any investment or business with money that if you lose, your family will suffer. And make sure that when you're doing business, you're doing it with people that you can trust. Okay? And the third unforeseen challenge is building wealth without a plan. As Africans, when we come to the diaspora, our first tendency is go to school, right? We want to get some education. Now, education, we need to remember, is part of an investment strategy. And thus, you should approach it as such. But oftentimes, that doesn't happen. And so we end up with large amounts of student loans. And student loans and debt in general keep us from building wealth. So going to school and getting an education, like I said before, is great. But just don't go to school because you want to go to school. Have a plan for that degree. How will you get your money back from this school? Or will you even get your money back, right? And this is basically the same approach you should have with any financial decision that you're making. What is my plan? How is the action that I'm taking going to get me closer to fulfilling my financial goal? Is there a cheaper option, or is there a cost-effective way that I can get my money back, right? And always remember to assess your risk tolerance. So the 3 things I would encourage you to do prior to building wealth is, like I said, get financial education. At least know enough of what you're getting into to be able to ask the right questions. Know your risk tolerance, and last, have a plan. Now, if you found this video helpful, I want you to share it with your family and friends so we can continue to build a thriving community, okay? Thank you for watching, and don't forget to follow our page.